Hello, and a warm welcome to all of you from the Bitcoin Association education team. My name is Evan Freeman, a curriculum specialist at the Bitcoin Association, and I'm honored to be presenting to all of you today. I'm located in the tropical islands of Hawaii, and as you may or may not be able to tell, I am an Ewok for today. Although these days I am a big fan of Chewbacca. For one, I look a bit like him. I'm tall and hairy. Sometimes I make strange noises. But like Chewie, I enjoy archery and eating, as well as just going a bit wild out in nature. Enough about me. We set forth 1 year ago to build the greatest Bitcoin educational resource in the galaxy, if not the greater universe. We did so because we knew just how dangerous ignorance can be to a growing ecosystem, and the potential for that ignorance to be manipulated towards the dark side. Without knowledge or the desire to find the truth, we become vulnerable to false expectations, the desire for power over others, unrestrained greed, and the self-deceptions it harbors. The path that a Jedi follows is a path that brings forth knowledge and the acceptance of reality. Once we accept that in reality, we are all more alike than different, and that for humanity to truly achieve its potential, we must work to create an environment that rewards positivity, that rewards hard work, and rewards the commitment to truth and knowledge. We begin to become better aligned with the positive nature of the Force. The Bitcoin Association, under the direction and guidance of Master Jedi Jimmy Nguyen and Raylene Wilson, has committed great effort to build exceptional courses covering many facets of Bitcoin, 2 of which are available right now. The BSV Academy's Introduction to Bitcoin Theory course is designed by the legendary Jedi Brendan Lee Kenobi. It focuses on understanding the Bitcoin white paper, as well as the BSV Academy's Introduction to Bitcoin Development course, designed by the swashbuckling space adventurer smuggler Kapil Solo, with more coming soon, very soon. Ultimately, the BSV Academy focuses on the building blocks necessary for students to achieve highly competent professional understanding of Bitcoin for use in the corporate or startup world. We have seen way too many Wookiee mistakes to know just how important it is for businesses to be able to hire certifiably knowledgeable staff. So if you're interested in these courses and you would like to hear more, stay tuned as we will have our heroes discussing these courses in greater detail in just a few moments. Additionally, we will hear from a new hope, a recent, youthful, and very promising addition to our team, Connor Skywalker, with a special announcement. The Force is strong with young Connor and with all of you watching, and I hope we can assist all of you on your journey, no matter what your knowledge level is. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Brendan Lee, and I'm the Training and Development Manager for the Bitcoin Association. I am from Brisbane, Australia, a location renowned for its river having the highest concentration of bull sharks of any body of water in the world. Only in Australia, folks. It's also where I met Steve Shatters and where Craig Wright was born. So I reckon there must be something in the water. And the thing that really drew me to Bitcoin, I think, was its potential to be a means for everybody in the world to have open and equal access to financial services, and for its ability to take what traditionally costs many dollars and is inaccessible to, in some parts of the world, a big majority of the people, and make it accessible. And it's that kind of transformative change that I was just could see so clearly and wanted to be a part of, and knew that I could do something to accelerate this, and that if I could, that would help a lot of people. The thing that Bitcoin SV represents to me is the implementation that has the best chance of delivering that vision. So having billions of people connected, servicing billions of transactions every day for all kinds of things. And that's traditional goods and services, as well as new types of digital services that give us much more open and ready access to the content that we want, and really allows us to choose the means by which that is delivered to us and how we consume it. And I really love working in this space. I think it's the most exciting industry in the world at the moment. So the Bitcoin SV Academy really came about after a few conversations between myself and the program manager, Raylene, and really just about what we wanted to build in terms of a resource. And once we looked at it, it really came about that what we needed was a system that we would have to deliver over multiple years, and with multiple streams and multiple levels of courses. And so what you see now, which is the 3 streams that we've set up, theory, infrastructure, and development, form the first 3 legs of that strategy. And so within each of those streams, we will very shortly have the introductory courses available for free, and those courses are each designed to take about 10 hours each, and really to transfer the important knowledge that you need to leverage the superpowers of Bitcoin in your projects. So Introduction to Bitcoin Theory is a line-by-line breakdown of the Bitcoin white paper. And the intent really is to explain the white paper, to break the white paper down in a very granular manner. So the Bitcoin white paper is an exceptionally dense document. You can take one line of the white paper and write 5 pages about what it means, or even more. In a lot of cases, one of the most difficult parts was to actually condense the information that we needed to get the core ideas across as clearly as possible. And it's testament to the creator's economy of words. That entire system is squeezed into an 8-page document, including 2 pages basically of maths and calculations. The second course I've worked on at the Bitcoin SV Academy is Introduction to Bitcoin Infrastructure. Introduction to Bitcoin Infrastructure really is a deep dive into what it is to operate a node and what a node must do on the Bitcoin network. And so the first part of that course is a deep dive into section 5, or is a very close look at section 5 of the Bitcoin white paper, and in particular looking at the 6 instructions at the beginning of the chapter that really are steps for how to be a node on the network. And in this course we refer to these as instructions because in fact what they really are is a set of instructions that you need to follow in order to be the best, most competitive node on the network. And we can show this in each case by looking at the behavior that the block reward and proof of work creates, and to demonstrate that really it's a highly competitive process where at the center of the network you have this total open honesty between the competitors in the system. And it's that total and open honesty that really drew me to Bitcoin, is one of the most interesting things about the system. It's that at the center of our financial service globally is a system predicated on being the most open and honest participant in the process and making that the most profitable path to take. To me, that is one of the core magic powers of Bitcoin, because it's what incentivizes the whole thing to kind of spontaneously assemble and really become this future machine. And it's really hard to even grasp what these computers are going to look like in future, but they're going to be vastly different to most of what we have today. And it's going to be really interesting to see the evolution of that. So this course really is a close look at the life of a node operator and the functions that a node performs. The ways in which the design of the system incentivize those node operators to compete with each other, to be the best, and to actually build the network. And I think this is one of the core things that's very misunderstood about the incentive structure of Bitcoin, is that the whole thing causes this public infrastructure that we will all grow to depend on to spontaneously assemble into this highly robust, high speed, low cost network without any centralized power. And that's the magic. And it only works if you go big, if you go huge. And so this course really is a first look at that, a look at the honesty at the core of the system, a look at the incentives that take that honesty and turn it into a competitive driver for technology development and infrastructure, and then to look at how that competition is arranged through the application of fees and how transactions are handled, all of these different things. And look, I really think that you're going to get a lot out of it if you are building services that use Bitcoin as a layer. And especially you're going to get a lot out of it if you want to work in mining. And so please do check it out. How has creating this course helped me to better understand Bitcoin in general? I think collectively the courses and the wiki have mostly helped me to better understand the terminology and how to describe the system, and a lot of the nitty-gritty. So the little details, the little things that you didn't know about that actually turn out to be real superpowers of Bitcoin. And it's a lot of the things that I work on involve those superpowers, and knowing them is really what is going to give you a leg up in this game. And these courses are here to give you those same nuggets, that same knowledge, with that knowledge that you'll be able to figure out how to solve those problems and how to build those next generation platforms and services and really bring the future. I would definitely say that Introduction to Bitcoin Theory is suitable for just about anyone. If you are just interested in the system, I would still recommend doing the course. It doesn't cost anything. It's quite challenging. So please do try and stick with it. I think that there is a payoff. I really, really hope a lot of you get a lot out of it. It's really going to give you a lot more context around how your transactions are handled by nodes and the things that you need to understand when you're building your service and building the parts of that service that put your transactions together, because it is how those transactions are assembled that will determine the speed with which they are accepted by the network. One of the things that I really hope will come out of this course is that employers will be able to use the certificates that we are giving out as a real barometer of somebody's take on Bitcoin. And so to be able to see that certificate there and know that this person has studied the core material and understands that everything about the system depends on that 10,000 foot view of This being a massively scaled global network that billions of people a day are using. And everything that happens on this system must be designed with that in mind. And these courses will really start to help you to understand more what that means. And so for employers, they're going to want people who have those to really make that selection process much quicker.
Hi everyone, I am Kapil Jain and I am working with Bitcoin Association as a curriculum contributor. I am sure you all would have seen Star Wars and are probably aware of the philosophy behind it. The mythology of Star Wars has been inspired heavily by the works of someone named Joseph Campbell. Joseph Campbell was an American scholar who did extensive research in mythology, religion, and journey a human takes in their quest to find the truth. Discovery for Bitcoin to me was in a way also my journey to find the truth. After spending more than a decade in the conventional solutions for banking and payments, last year I made a conscious pivot in my career and now I work full-time with Bitcoin. Personally, to me, Bitcoin is not only an innovation, it is also the right way of doing things. It is simple and yet it resolves the structural complexity and constraints in the existing solutions. Bitcoin came into existence more than a decade ago, which introduced the world to a concept of peer-to-peer electronic cash system. This made people think that Bitcoin is money, which it is. Bitcoin really is a way to create truth through data ledgers. It enables to record transactions in open, public, and transparent manner, which is immutable and distributed. Because of that power of Bitcoin blockchain, it can be used for many other things than just payment transactions. It can be used to power a whole new world of data transactions for smart contracts, tokens, Internet of Things, healthcare, and finance. Today, Bitcoin SV, which represents the only implementation of original Bitcoin protocol, exists as one single truth among thousands of blockchains with an ocean of misinformation around this technology. To be able to get to the truth, anyone new has to walk through a plethora of misrepresented facts, make-believe ideas, and a luring greed of getting rich. And it's only when you cross these hurdles you find the treasure. And the treasure is the truth of technological innovation that Bitcoin really is. It is no less than the journey that we see in Star Wars that many heroes take. It's kind of a similar journey a person needs to take. And the purpose of BSV Academy is to shorten that journey for you and give you access to truth directly. I have been involved in the development of the first course in the Bitcoin development stream. It is a stream because we plan to release a whole set of developer-focused courses in future. We've started with the first course, which is called Introduction to Bitcoin Development. This course is an attempt to provide a comprehensive view to a developer without the expectation of any prior knowledge on blockchain or Bitcoin. It is quite difficult to cover Bitcoin protocol and all that is possible to be developed with it in one course without making it almost like a semester in a degree program. So this course will give you the necessary required concepts and details that you need to get started with development using Bitcoin blockchain. Few, but not all sections in this course do require you to have basic JavaScript knowledge. However, the concepts covered and explained are not coupled to any programming language in particular. This stream and course is important as it caters to most important stakeholders in any software development paradigm, and that is you, the developers. The course covers the breadth of concepts involved in application development using Bitcoin. And this course is kind of a natural progression to the first course that we offer under Bitcoin SV Academy, which is called Introduction to Bitcoin Theory. This course will expose you to few of the tools, protocols, and libraries created by many brilliant developers and companies in the ecosystem. I, in fact, thoroughly enjoyed writing about them and actually learned a lot while writing about them as well. And I believe that you will too. With that, I want to say that this is only the start of journey of enlightenment and learning with Bitcoin SV Academy, and there is much more to come in future. I am excited to welcome you all, and may the force be with you.
Hello and welcome. My name is Connor Murray, and I'm a course content creator here with the Bitcoin Association, working on the Bitcoin SV Academy. I'd like to formally welcome you away from the dark side and into the light as you work to develop applications built on the original Bitcoin protocol. This Bitcoin protocol is fulfilled by the Bitcoin SV blockchain, and it is the first time we've had the original Bitcoin protocol restored under one global scalable blockchain. Satoshi Nakamoto was passionate about introducing light and transparency to the world, and we at the Bitcoin SV Academy are passionate about educating the world on Satoshi Nakamoto's vision for Bitcoin. You see, Bitcoin SV is a lot like the Jedi. It is surrounded by a dark world of cryptocurrency. This cryptocurrency ecosystem has made many promises but failed to deliver on almost all of them. Bitcoin SV can do everything that every other cryptocurrency claims it can do. It's really important as you build applications to understand that Bitcoin, as it was designed by Satoshi Nakamoto, was built to enable microtransactions and also built in with a native scripting language that allows all sorts of complex applications to emerge. Bitcoin SV has a tall task ahead of itself, but because it's the only blockchain that can do everything, it will win. I was first introduced to Bitcoin in 2013, and I followed it for a number of years until finally it decided to scale on-chain and fulfill its vision for microtransactions. I'm here to announce the introduction of the Bitcoin Essential Stream on the Bitcoin SV Academy. Up until now, most coursework was longer, and between the Bitcoin theory course and the Bitcoin development course, it took a long time of in-depth study to complete each course. While this is very valuable for people looking for advanced knowledge, it was important for us to have shorter coursework to cover specific topics, and I'm here to happily introduce the first course titled Bitcoin Basics. I designed the Bitcoin Basics course to introduce Bitcoin to any audience member, experienced or beginner. The Bitcoin Basics course is the first time that we introduced a fundamental understanding of Bitcoin rooted in the knowledge that Bitcoin is what Bitcoin SV fulfills. And what I mean by that is that most other Bitcoin education courses do not talk about Bitcoin's creation as a microtransaction-based digital cash system. It does not mention Bitcoin's native scripting capabilities to do all sorts of complex computation. The Bitcoin Basics course is a short 2 to 3 hour introduction for anybody, beginner or experienced, to get a solid foundation of understanding on what Bitcoin is. It was important for us to develop this course because there are a lot of other Bitcoin introductory courses out there that charge money, and they go over so many false narratives about what Bitcoin is that it does not allow the student to get a grasp for why Bitcoin is important to begin with. While this course hasn't necessarily helped me understand Bitcoin in greater detail, it has forced me to distill what is important about Bitcoin into a short course. And I've learned that when talking to anybody that doesn't know anything about Bitcoin, it's important to do what Satoshi did, which was introduce why it was important to begin with. It wasn't important as an alternative to gold. It was important because the internet needed a microtransactional based digital cash system. And that's what Bitcoin fulfills. This course will hopefully allow an introductory certification to be granted to people, whether you're an employer looking to educate your employees on what Bitcoin is, or if you're an employer seeking out qualified individuals. Not only the Bitcoin Basics course, but the whole Bitcoin SV Academy certification will be crucial to your employees' understanding. I'm really thankful that you're here, and I hope that you introduce yourself to the Bitcoin SV Academy. Take all of their coursework because it is the highest quality education you will find about Bitcoin across the internet. Thank you so much for working on the Bitcoin SV blockchain and introducing light into this dark world of cryptocurrency. Thank you.
Wow, that was absolutely fantastic. And I really hope that some of you may have found a course that is perhaps something that you are interested in. And if so, I urge you to go and pursue that course. I would like to give a great big thank you to all of these wonderful Jedis of our Bitcoin Association education team, as well as all of the other Jedis that are presenting at this great event. And of course, all of you watching and listening, thank you. We at the Bitcoin Association education team hope that all of you Jedis out there feel inspired to deepen your knowledge of Bitcoin and urge you to explore our academy and offer us your feedback. You know, a lot of you are all very knowledgeable, and so we can learn from you as well. Share your knowledge with us, take the course, and improve the ecosystem together. So please visit our academy at bitcoinsv.academy to learn more or to join any of our courses and deepen your knowledge of Bitcoin. Thank you, and may the force be with you.
Hello, my name is Princess Leia. Please join the Bitcoin Association Academy. May the force be with you.
Jump, jump.
Bye.